Namaskar, I am Dr. Veera Gupta from National University of Educational Planning and Administration, Delhi, India. Today I am going to discuss about Shaala Siddhi, a national program of school evaluation and improvement. What does the word Shaala Siddhi means? Shala means school, Siddhi means perfect. It means a perfect school which is delivering its objectives, which is learning by the students. This program is designed by MHRD and NUPA and was launched in November 2015 by Honorable Minister of Education. This is a national framework of school standards and evaluation, which means that all children learn and develop and remain in the school as per the objectives. As a country, we have been struggling to raise the level of learning of our children since independence. We tried many schemes. We worked on students' learners' achievement and changed the curriculum. We provided learning aids. We worked on evaluation and examination reforms to improve our students' performance. But all national and international surveys told us that our student achievement is not up to the mark, and we are still struggling with our students' performance in the school. The focus of educational planners changed. They started working on teachers' quality to improve learners' achievement. For that, many schemes were planned and executed. Among them, teacher training, in-service training, recruitment rules, everything was modified. But still, we couldn't reach the level of achievement or quality of our school, which educational planners had set as a benchmark. Then the attention was diverted to school improvement plans of other countries, and it was seen that in all developed countries there is a school evaluation plan by which a school as a whole is evaluated for improving the performance of learners. It's not a new concept. Even in our first policy, which was designed by Education Commission, they had talked about school evaluation as one of the measures to improve quality of education. School evaluation means it's a continuous process, not one-time activity. It is a non-threatening process which is only means to evaluate a school for improvement. It's not an evaluation for judging or labeling a school into any category. So this program was designed and it had few guiding principles. So what is the first guiding principle of this program? The first principle is that it is based on constitutional values. There is nothing in this framework which can go against the basic constitutional values of our country. Second, it is based on national policies on education. We have taken national policies as right to education, curriculum framework, and also national policies which are Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan and RMSA. So all the principles of these policies have been incorporated in Shaala Siddhi. Second guiding principle is school is a unit for evaluation, but learners are at the center. Why the school exists? School exists because learners are there. So learners improvement, learning improvement is center, but the evaluation unit is not just learner alone, but the school as a whole. It is not one-time activity or very infrequent activity. It is a continuous process which will lead to school improvement, and it is not end in itself. It is an incremental manner in which a school can go on improving every year and after. So this is a very continuous process and incremental process where a school will improve through its own evaluation. Another very big paradigm shift in this framework is that it is not one time or one person's perception about a school, how it is functioning. It is a collaborative endeavor of all the stakeholders which are working in the school and which are at different levels. It could be head of the school, which is principal, it could be teachers of the school, it could be SMC members or parents or students, who all will sit together and will evaluate their own school. There are two purposes of this. Not that they will just evaluate their school, but in the process they will also learn what are the policies or programs or expectations or benchmark against which they are evaluating, and what is expected of them to do in the school or to reach national level or a benchmark where they are standing. It will also tell them whether they are below that benchmark or they are above that benchmark. If they are below the benchmark, it is a duty of the system to facilitate them, and if they are above the benchmark, it becomes their duty to help others to come and help, so that they can also achieve the same criteria or standards, so that everybody in this country can improve. In this way, the school gets empowered by itself. It understands its own performance and also it understands its own journey for self-improvement. So this is basically a program which is meant for the school, by the school, for the school. What are the major objectives of National Program on School Standards and Evaluation? It is a very technically sound conceptual framework. It also gives methodology, it gives tools and processes of a school evaluation, not to evaluate one standardized way, but keeping in mind the diversity of all Indian schools. In order to do that, what is required? It is required that there should be a group of people who understand this concept, who are able to implement it in a school and who are able to transact it in the school. So this framework is not just for one or two people, but it is a framework for all the functionaries who are involved in the school. At the same time, it requires little adaptation and contextualization as per the need of that school. So it allows that flexibility. It's a national framework, but each state can translate it, can adapt it, it can contextualize it in relation to the needs or policies of that particular state wherever they want it to do. So they need to develop a core group who can take care of this need. This framework, and another objective, it builds the capacity of the school itself and also of system level functionaries to institutionalize the school evaluation program, so that it is done continuously and it is sustained. So it is not that one or two people will know what is it, what are the concepts, what are the objectives, what are the tools, how to go about it, but entire educational functionary is able to understand, and their capacity and knowledge is increased. Once we have evaluated and we know what are our weaknesses and strengths, then what? This framework helps the system level functionaries to design their plans based on the school evaluation in two ways. They can give resources wherever it is needed. They can also change their policies wherever they feel that they are coming in the process of achievement of learners. So this is the first time where system is also made accountable to provide services or resources to a school to improve their learning levels. How to go about it? This framework has discussed 9 domains. In a school, all of you know, there are thousands of activities which are taken care of. Each activity has a policy prescription why a school is doing that activity or not doing that activity. If we are evaluating a school, how to keep that all these activities are really taken care of. So the academicians or team of experts have taken all those activities into consideration and all those standards which are designed for those activities into consideration and has put them in 9 categories. So we call these 9 categories as key domains. Sorry, 7 categories. So these are 7 domains where all the school activities have been categorized. Now each domain has some core activities which are supposed to be done. So these are called core standards. What are these core activities and core standards? Which are taken from policy documents that this is supposed to be done in a school. So if we say the first domain is enabling resources of school. School is a unit, is an institution, is an organization. It has to have some resources which a school should have. Okay, if a school has some resources, are they adequate? Even if they are adequate, are they really being used? So these are 3 areas which are being measured by 12 core standards of this domain. How these core standards are being evaluated, we will come in detail when we discuss each standard. We will have another video on each standard separately. So there will be a video on domain 1, enabling resources, where we will go in detail what are the labels and how we have to evaluate their performances. The second domain is teaching and learning and assessment. School is meant for teach and assess the learners. Then if it is doing its activities, what are the learners' progress, attainment and development? Because if learners are not learning, their development is not taking place, then school is not really doing its work. Then what are the teachers' performance labels and what are the opportunities available for teachers for their professional development? This domain is also measured. Then school leadership. In every program or in every activity, leadership has a very key role to play. So what is the role of school leadership and how it is being managed? Then the next domain is inclusion. Our schools, as a secular country, we have to include all caste, creed, gender, also children with special needs. So whether a school is really promoting these constitutional values or not, whether health and safety of children is taken care of in the school or not. So this is another area where it is seen, it is supposed to be checked. Then last is, of course, what is the level of community participation? School does not exist in isolation. School is a part of community and community is part of a school. Community should help school to perform better and school should help community to develop better. So this dual role, whether school is playing or not, this also has to be evaluated and it is part of the evaluation framework. We will come in our next video where we will discuss each domain, their core standards and how to go about it and where to put all this data. So this is purpose of this framework, how we have developed it and how we should be going about it. If there is any question, you can again refer to the main document which is available on the NUPA website, and also all documents in detail are available which you can read in 2 languages. They have been translated in Hindi and English. So for any other query also, you can send an email on this so that it can be understood by everybody. Thank you very much.